Right. So first of all, I want my style is to ramble. Sorry if that bothers anybody, but I don't have a 5-point plan or anything like that. And culture is one of those things that it's really personal. I think it's who you are. I think is your culture, and the real critical thing is to understand that and work out who you are. And I have to say I struggled. Not when I look back on it, I struggled. While I was doing it, I didn't really think about it. I thought the best way to start this is to talk about a little bit about my history, because I started as an accountant and I worked in the professional sector. And after I qualified, to quote Alex, I realized they were not my sort of people. So I left and I went out to join a company. It was up and coming company, Oxford Instruments. And within 2 years, it had grown from 30 to 300 people. And I realized when there were 300 people there, again, they were not my sort of people. So I moved on and went to work for a family business in the building industry. I liked that. I was in charge of the accounts section. And then my father asked me to get involved in the family business, which I did. And again, it was working with small businesses, what the public sector called micro businesses, under 10 employees. And with all our tenants, pretty well most of our tenants are in that sector. And those are my sort of people, definitely. People who run small businesses. And I've tried to do everything I can in my life to help and assist those people in any way that I can to develop their business and to be who they are. What I've realized is those people who start a business, despite what we think, because it comes out of what we're told by the media and how we view the corporate sector and how the public sector view business, it's all about making money. And what I've realized over the years is that it's not about making money at all. It's about running your own business, is about pursuing your passion, and it's about your search for freedom. Freedom being independence to do what you want, when you want, how you want, where you want, with who you want. Okay, your choices. And I suppose this is about choices that I'm talking about here, really, because your culture is your choice. Years ago, we never talked about culture. It never came up in conversation at all. What came up instead was the idea of sustainability. And there were 3 angles: economic, which is financial, environmental, and social. And I used to think, what is social? And I remember going to a talk in the Business Link, which was the precursor to the Local Enterprise Partnership. And it was a talk by the chief exec of the then Oxfordshire County Council. And he talked about the first 2, but when it came to social responsibility, he had no idea. I didn't either, but I realized no one knew what it was. So I decided there and then that I just have to make it up. And I realized that social responsibility, not social sustainability. Your responsibility socially is to other people. And how you behave towards other people is what's really important in business, to my mind anyway. And you running your own business, you have the freedom to be able to choose how you do that. For me, it's always been about treating people with respect, and being kind to others. And how do we do that? So in the property sector, it is very bound up with rules and regulations and legal niceties. I mean, there's the lease, for example, there's using agents and there's using lawyers. And I stopped all that. This is quite a long time ago now. I realized that those people just get in the way of good quality communication between people. And so I stopped it all. And I brought in short leases, which basically means that the way I did it was to give away my ability to control. In a landlord-tenant relationship, the landlord has all the power. If you give your power away to the other party, to the tenants, then you create a working environment, a culture, if you like, which is based on trust. And trust, by the way, trust isn't about me trusting you. It's about me behaving in a way which makes you think that I'm trustworthy. And so in this instance, the lease was changed to be short so that it was readable. I wrote it, so it was written in good English, which people can understand. It was a lease it is a lease, it's still there for all our tenants, which allows our tenants to stay as long as they want, but to leave whenever they want. Just have to give us 3 months notice. And that's still unusual, except in the serviced office environment. For most business units, that's a very unusual method, but it works for us. It creates that ability for our tenants to become loyal. And when we go through a recession, like the likes of which we've had recently with COVID, and no doubt is coming up again soon, our tenants stay and they continue to pay. They don't want to not pay. Now, that's not something we've asked them or made them do. That's something they do by choice. And that's come about because of that. So giving freedom to other people is part and parcel of my culture. It works within your staff as well. We built the business up now. I built the business up now. We've got about 12 employees in the property company and about 4 in the container business, which we also run. And a lot of people come with the sense of I'm here to do a job and I'll do what I'm told to do. It's what we learn from school. And so particularly with the youngsters, how to get them to change that, to become autonomous in their role. And we've built an environment where that can happen. And the result of that is that people grow within the business. People are challenged to do things they wouldn't otherwise do. And that allows them to look for other opportunities. And as a result of that, the property team that I've got, which I believe I know to be the best in the county, is made up of one woman who came to us, applied for the job as personal assistant. She's now our property manager. Some of you may know Sarah. Donna, who now does our accounts, but she also does quite a lot of property management. She joined us as a receptionist. We've got 2 other receptionists currently, one learning about the bookkeeping side of things and the other one learning about property management. So we've got this continuous stream of building our own team from within the team, and it works really well. But sometimes we have to struggle to help to encourage people to work, to do something beyond what they feel is their role. And that's a bit of a challenge, but it's well worth doing, and they always love it. So giving a freedom, that also works for our contractors and suppliers, and also the way we work with the outside community is all about, it's all part of our culture. So having set this up and done it this way, I've obviously wanted to see what other property companies were doing. I went my own way and did my own thing. As I think Fiona said, be your authentic self. It was the only way I could operate. And thankfully, my family allowed me to operate in the way that I wanted to. And it seems to have worked really well. And helping others has been a major part of how I've behaved in business and how I've taught my team to behave as well. But other property companies, rather scarily, haven't followed us. So it's been very much a lone stream method. And it's open to that kind of, if you do something differently than other people, then it's quite easy for others to come in and attack that and think that what you're doing isn't right and try to bring you back into the mainstream. So sticking to my principles has been very, very important. And in making sure that my team do that as well has been very important. And they do, and they love it. Our culture, Pete says we have a winning culture. He says, you know, we're one of the best cultures in the county. It's very lovely to hear that. And it's like I was saying with trust, where it's about being trustworthy. It's not about what I think about my culture, the culture that is in my business. It's about what other people think and how other people are comfortable with it, comfortable working in it, whether they're a tenant or a supplier or an employee. They're all important because they're all people, and that's the way I've operated. Is it winning? Well, I think that depends on what you class as winning, because I can justify it in terms financially if anyone wanted me to, but the way I choose to look at it is when I look back at my life and I've got my grandchild on my knee and talking to them or around a table, and they're talking to me about, it used to be, Granddad, what did you do during the war? But Granddad, what have you done in your lifetime? I want to be able to tell them something that I'm really proud of, and I think I can probably do that now. I don't think I'm finished, but hopefully I can do that now. So I think I'll leave it there, Pete.
After the worry that you had to get on, you did 11 minutes. That was like bang on. Absolutely bang on.